Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. This is our second edition of our State of Connecticut Department of Administrative Services webinar that will be geared towards small businesses like yourself that have an interest or just want more information as far as how to become registered as an SBE, MBE, WBE. Um, Today we have two representatives from Department of Administrative Services. Uh, oh, my light went off. Miss De La Rosa and Mr. Reynolds. So thank you guys for helping us again with the second webinar. I'll leave it up to you from here on.
All right, thanks, Jason. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicola Reynolds, and with me today is my colleague Natalie De La Rosa. We are from the Department of Administrative Services, Procurement Services Division, and we are part of the Business Outreach Team. DAS is the leading procurement agency. We do a lot of procurement for most of the state agencies. These contracts are used, we do a lot of contracting for the state agencies. These contracts are used for purchasing goods and services for agencies and provide an opportunity for Connecticut businesses. Today, we'd like to talk to you about the opportunities that we offer to local businesses through our supplier diversity program. We're going to focus on benefits of contracting with the state, benefits of our supply diversity program, application steps and eligibility requirements, and how to find opportunities on the state's contracting portal called CT Source. We will pause throughout the presentation for you to ask questions. You can unmute yourself. Is that allowed, Jason?
If
Can't hear
anyone
you.
wants to say something, they can come up
Okay.
or they can raise their hand and I'll look at them.
They do what? I'm sorry.
They
They can
can,
unmute?
I will unmute them, and if they could just raise their
Okay.
hand, then
So
I'll
if
just.
you raise your hand, Jason will unmute you and you can ask a question, or you could just put it in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Nikki, for the introduction. Today, we will cover the 5 C's of contracting with the state of Connecticut. The first C is competition. There's a myth that the state has a list, and if you want to do business with the state, you have to get on that list. I will let you know now, there is no such list. We practice a competitive and transparent procurement process. This benefits us with better pricing and you with more opportunity.
The second C that we want to talk about is commodities. We contract a wide variety of products and services. Last year alone, the state spent over $1.1 billion on 1,522 contracts. So if you have a product or service that you think the state might be interested in buying, please feel free to reach out to us.
The third C is continuity. We offer continuous opportunities. We are a consistent buyer, whether the economy is strong or we are passing through lean times. Unlike the private sector, our demand is largely unaffected by economic cycles.
And our fourth C is customers. State contracting can expand your customer base. When a contract is awarded, it becomes available to all Connecticut state agencies, all Connecticut municipalities, and state educational institutions. The use of one contract by these entities has significantly broadened your customer base.
And lastly, we have the fifth C, which is compensation. We pay our bills. For the majority of companies, we have payment terms of net 45 days. Connecticut certified small or minority business enterprises get net 25 days.
Now we'll introduce you to our supply diversity program. It is an important element in opening up opportunities for small and minority owned Connecticut-based businesses. The intention of the program is to assist our local businesses to identify opportunities for improved economic growth. A portion of each state agency's budget is allocated for spending with certified small businesses. To support this, we include spending allocation goals in some of our solicitations.
Now I'm going to go over the eligibility requirements. There are two types of certifications. We have the small business enterprise, which is known as SBE, and a small minority enterprise, which is known as MBE. Both SBEs and MBEs must meet the following criteria. Principal place of business must be located in Connecticut. Your business must be registered as a small business in the System for Award Management known as SAM. Your business must be able to run independently of any other company. Now, for MBEs, you must also meet those first three requirements: principal place of business in Connecticut, registration with SAM.gov, and your business must run independently of other companies. Also, at least 51% of the company must be owned by a person or persons with minority status. This includes members of racial or ethnic minorities, women, or individuals with disability. And, also to include to that, this person or persons must also have operational and management authority in the company. They should be the main person or persons in charge. They must receive the beneficial interests of the business. This means they receive the greatest benefit and have the highest risk. Finally, they must have the technical expertise in the product or services the company sells. Their expertise can not only be administrative unless this is the nature of the business.
There are 3 steps to applying for the Supply Diversity Program certification. The first one is to register with the federal government, known as SAM, and SAM is System for Award Management. When you register with SAM, you want to make sure that you register for all awards. The NAICS code that you plug into your application, SAM will determine if that qualifies you as a small business. For SAM, their certification is valid for 1 year. It is free. If you are a nonprofit organization, we do not require you to register with SAM. What we do require is your tax return, and you cannot exceed $20 million in revenue for the fiscal year. The second step is to register on CT Gateway. There is a difference between your registration and your application. When you register, what you are doing is creating an account. Then you use the credentials that you've used to create that account to log into the Supply Diversity application. That certification is valid for 2 years. Usually, if you're doing a renewal, we send out reminders to you for 120 days, 90 days, 60 days, and 30 days. Please note that this is a courtesy. It is your responsibility to remember to renew. These 2 certifications are free. For once you submit your supply diversity application, it goes into a main queue. You're probably going to be in the queue for about 2 weeks because that's just how busy we are. Once you're in that queue, you get assigned to a reviewer. That reviewer might take another week to review your application. Once they've done that, they will reach out to you via email. So make sure that your email address is correct. There are small business organizations across Connecticut that offer free advising. There's an online step-by-step guide on registering in SAM, and we have included the link on this slide. We'll be in Bridgeport on September 9 to offer a clinic. Some of you might be registered already. Please make sure that you have your required documents in digital format for us.
So I'm going to go over now the benefits and opportunities of being certified as a small and minority business enterprise. The Small Minority Business Enterprise certification provides benefits as well as marketing and growth opportunities. After your business is certified, you will be posted to the Small and Minority Business Directory on our CT Gateway portal. And this is where you apply for your certification. Businesses should also register in the state of Connecticut contracting portal known as CT Source. Inclusion in these two directories leads to marketing opportunities. The Small and Minority Business Directory on CT Gateway provides search capacity to agencies and prime companies looking for potential contractors and subcontractors. They may find your company on our directory and reach out to you. The same is true for CT Source. Buyers may search CT Source for potential sellers and reach out with a request for a quote. We also recommend you to include your certification with non-state solicitation responses. The certification should be part of your marketing portfolio. Agencies and companies see state certification as an added value because businesses are vetted by the state. Now, all of this leads to growth opportunities. The spending allocation goals we discussed earlier are incorporated into solicitations. This levels the playing field for certified companies as only certified SMBEs may bid on those allocated opportunities. For companies awarded contracts, this may lead to company expansion by helping you find new customers.
CT Source is the state's contracting portal. So all state agencies put their solicitations here. Municipalities also do the same thing. So there are three sections to CT Source. There's the supplier registration, and that is the part that's the section of CT Source that you need to register in. When you do so, you want to make sure you check off all the goods and services that apply to you. That way, when those solicitations come out, you get notification on those. The minimum time for solicitations to be out and live is 5 days. You do not want to miss out on that opportunity. The second section is the bid board. In addition to receiving emails from the bid board, you may search for open solicitations here. To submit a bid, you will log into CT Source and follow specific instructions provided on each solicitation. Then there is the contract board. You can use this board in 3 ways. You can research current and expired contracts, which include all the contract documents. This will help you in developing solicitation proposals. The contracts include the expiration date, helping you to identify future opportunities. In the year or so that this date is going to come up, you want to prepare yourself to work on, you can prepare yourself, start working on your proposal because you know when the expiration is, so you have a good sense that a new one is coming out any day soon. You can also identify subcontracting opportunities. There are a few ways to do this. The first is that some solicitations have pre-bid meetings. If you attend those pre-bid meetings, you might not be the person that is bidding on that contract, but it gives you an opportunity to meet people that are going to be bidding. You want to reach out to those people and let them know that you're interested in working with them. There is also solicitations that do not have pre-bid meetings. When you find that solicitation, reach out to the prime contractor in your industry and ask if they're going to submit a bid and let them know that you'd like to work with them. You can also use a contract board to find opportunities by reviewing the current awarded contract because the names and contact information for the awardee are on that contract. You can reach out to them. This is all public information. Also, CT Source has a dedicated staff. If you need help with the CT Source portal, you can reach out to them. The email is available to you. And just so you're aware, on the registration, supplier registration, the bid board, and the contract board, there are guides and videos to help you get through those processes.
If you have any questions, please check out our website or email us. We're going to show you a brief, we're going to do a site brief, show you briefly our site so that you can refer to it as a resource. Our team is also available for questions and concerns. We are a customer-oriented team, so please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions you may have. We respond
No.
quickly. Yes.
I apologize. I did not mean, I cut you off there. I just saw a hand and we had promised that we would answer questions in the middle of the presentation.
Mhm.
Yeah, Marilyn, I just unmuted your mic. If you want to either type it in the chat or you want to
Oh, I can, yes. Hi, I can just chat. Thank you.
Okay.
And thanks for taking my question. So I'm actually a business outside of the state. Are there any programs for minority-owned business outside of the state?
This program does not lend itself to that, does not mean that you can't bid on Connecticut contracts, just not as a smaller minority business. So you do want to register
Okay.
with CT Source so you can get those notifications as well. You just would not be eligible for our program.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions?
And just to let you guys know, I did put the link for the in-person event for September 9th in the chat. So as you guys are watching the webinar, if you guys want to just click on that link, if you're interested in coming out for the in-person.
Okay, I'm going to add our some of our links to the chat. And then if there's no questions, I will do a quick demo of our webpage. And then if we have some time also, we will do a quick demo of our CT Gateway portal. So just bear with me one moment. Let me get that open. Is everyone able to see our landing page for ct.gov?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So this is our landing page. I'm looking this way because I have two screens, so not ignoring anyone, but if you have questions, just let Jason know and we will answer those questions. So this is our landing page. Here it's giving you information on our supply diversity program. If you scroll a little bit down, you'll see those eligibility requirements. And if you click there, it's going to take you directly to what those requirements are for small business and also for the minority business. It's going to also give you how to apply in 3 steps. It's going to tell you, step 1, make sure you register with sam.gov. You have those links available here for your in order to get that started. And then you also have a link to the NAICE codes. And the NAICE codes is what Nikki had spoke about. This will, depending on your industry, you can search the NAICE code. And this is what would, how sam.gov will determine whether or not the business is considered a small business. Step number 2 is your CT Gateway. That is the platform that we use for our application. So we have the link here that would take you directly to register for CT Gateway platform. And then you also have a training video walking you step by step on how to register. And also we have our hands-on clinics. We have events where we have one-on-one
We help with the
events where
application process.
where someone from the Apex department, they can assist you with your SAM.gov registration, and then someone from our department that can also help you with your CT Gateway application. We also have a link for resource organizations that can also assist. And then you have the link to email us for any questions, or if you have any issues with your application, or if you're concerned on the status of your application. Those emails will come directly to our department. And step number 3 is letting you know our process, our application process. As Nikki said, you submit your application, you're in our application queue for around 2 weeks, then your application is assigned. It can take another week for the reviewer to review your application. And then lastly, we want to just make sure to remind you on our CT Source portal. Gives you the registration link, bid board, and the contract board. So we have everything here under the apply in 3 steps. We also have the required documents section. So the required documents section is very important, especially for any companies that are applying for an MBE certificate. We have certain required documents that we request for the applying business, and those required documents depend on the business type and whether you're applying for a minority women-based business or a disabled individual with disability business. So if I were to, let's say, open up business type, it would break down each type of business and tell you exactly what the required documents are, and so on. You can just click on the plus sign and it would tell you what the required documents would be for that type of business. You have a need help section, which directs you to email us. It gives you the resources if you need assistance with your SAM registration. And then we have an FAQ section where we post questions that we have been receiving from a lot of companies, and we have responses there for you. But again, you have that email us section where you can email us and we can assist you with any other questions you may have that are not listed here. And if I travel to the resources page, you have all the resources that are available that can assist you as well. Nikki, did you want to add anything before?
Did a great job.
If
Any
I could
questions?
just say one thing. So if you, in the resource center, for those that are watching, the resource center, our department, SMBE, has really close relationships with. I've seen 2 of the resources there, CEDF and HEDCO. So, once, if any of the businesses, in your process get to that point and you need, and actually also WBDC. So we're very closely knit with them as well. So I guess to say all that to say, and during the process, we can also help out a little bit when it comes to the resource portion for any businesses or small businesses that are going to take this journey and try to get the certification.
Thank you. So now I will go to our CT Gateway just to show you quickly what it looks like. I went to the second step, clicked, I'm selecting the CT Gateway link, and what this looks like, this is the home page. And if you're not registered in CT Gateway, you want to do that here. And when you do that, it would ask you for basic information: first, last name, email address, contact number, and the company's name. And then it would ask, you would input all that information, and then you would enter your password that you would like to use to proceed. This is the Supply Diversity Directory. So during our presentation, we were talking about that once you're certified as a small business, your business is placed on our Supply Diversity Directory. Now, this is what it looks like. The Supply Diversity Directory is going to show you all the business that are certified in our application as a small or a minority business. If I just select the search engine, all the businesses that are currently certified in our program populate. Now, this is this is very valuable because if someone is looking, let's say specifically for a certain type of commodity, let's say landscaping or janitorial, if they do an advanced search and under keywords they input, let's say janitorial, and I select the search engine, every business that is currently certified under the janitorial commodity would populate. Um, for example, this business here is certified as a small business, and there's a brief description of the services that that business provides. And this is very beneficial because a company is looking for that type of commodity. They can see that you're certified, click on the I icon to get more information on your business, and here on this screen, it would tell them directly who that owner is. It would provide them with the address of the business. If you have a web address, that would be also here. And then also contact information. So this is a marketing opportunity for you. Once you're certified, you're listed here. They can reach out to you for any services that they may need.
Natalie, I just
Yes.
wanted to emphasize, I try to tell people for the description, do not use paragraphs. People tend to do that. That will not help you. You want to use keywords. So when people plug in those keywords, they can find you. If you use a paragraph, the system is not going to recognize a lot of that. And so you're going to get lost in that process.
Thank you, Nikki. So this is our supply diversity directory. I want to now show you, let's see, CT source. So as Nikki said, you have, sorry, let me go back once. You have that registration. Why does that keep happening? So you have the three sections: registration, you have bid board, and you have the contract board. When you get started with CT Source, you want to complete your registration, and this is basically what it looks like. They look for all this information here. Once you agree, the next section would be information on the organization, contact information, and then your commodity. And that would it would be a list of different commodities. You can select the ones that apply to you, and anything that is posted on our CT Source portal pertaining to those commodities that you have selected, you will receive emails whenever an opportunity does come up within that industry that you selected.
This registration, this supplier registration, it only takes about 20 minutes of your time, so it's not a long process.
And then I'm going to go into the bid board. So this is just so everyone knows, as Nikki said, there is each section: registration, bid board, and contract board. There is a user guide that walks you through each section. So there's a user guide that will walk you through on how to complete the registration if you have any difficulties. The bid board, there's also a user guide that can help you navigate how to navigate the bid board. And then a contract board also has a user guide that also explains to you how to see those opportunities that have been awarded. So I'm just going to go quickly into the CT Source bid board just to give you an overview of what that looks like. Bid board and the contract board looks very similar. You're going to have a search engine at the top, and here you can search for, let's say janitorial, or let's say media. Now, what would populate if you just put in a commodity is everything that's within the media industry. It would give you opportunities that are current, opportunities that have expired. I think the cool thing about this platform is that we have a filter section. And in the filter section, you can select organizations. If you just want specifically opportunities that are based on cities or executive branch, judicial, you can make those selections there. We also have the filter for opportunities that have been awarded, that are currently open, canceled, or under evaluation. You make those selections. So I am going to look at everything that's open. And bid types, you can select either something that's under request for proposal or a invitation to bid. I'm going to leave that open because I want to see everything that's available. And then commodities, here you can specifically select what within the specifically it breaks it down your commodity, and you can make that selection there. So I'm going to go back up to the search engine, and I want to do janitorial. And in janitorial, I want to see everything that's open, and I want to apply my filter. Here you will see there's 3 solicitations that are currently open. And when you see these, the top section, the title is going to give you the title of that opportunity. There's going to be a brief explanation of what that opportunity is about, when this opportunity opened, and when it will be closing. So I am going to select first one. Once you go into the opportunity, again, explanation of the opportunity, you have all this here. And on the right side, it's a contact information. If you have any questions on an opportunity that is posted, the contact individual is available here. You have their contact name, phone number, and email address that you can ask questions, or you can send them an email with any questions you may have. At the bottom of the solicit.
Natalie, can I just interrupt you for 1 second? Just know that with the bids, while you can contact the person that is responsible for it, there are certain questions that they will not answer outside of the application, outside of the solicitation. There's always, on a solicitation, there is always a Q&A. So you have the opportunity while it's open for a certain number of days that you go there, you post your questions, and they, at the end, once it's closed, they respond to those questions and they post them right back so everyone can see them.
Thank you, Nikki. Now, if we, every solicitation, as Nikki said, they're all different. And there's also mandatory documents. So this solicitation has a mandatory document. We open that PDF. And in the PDF, like I said, every solicitation is different. Some solicitation may tell you there, any Q&As, you have to post it on, once you apply, you have to post it on the solicitation. They won't respond to the emails. It has to be posted to the opportunity. The required documents will tell you specifically what they're looking. If they're looking for, if they're going to have a pre-bid meeting, that would all be disclosed under this required document. So for this one, it's letting you know, there's a response conference, and it's telling you directly where it is, where it's located. Last day of questions is telling you. So, once you look at an opportunity, make sure you look at those required documents, because that's going to be where you're going to see everything that is required for that opportunity. Any questions? I can't see the chat. Marilyn, you have your hand raised.
Yes, so one more question, out of curiosity, what specific departments, I guess, use this process? Do any of the colleges use the state contracting system?
So we have so the state agencies, they use it, municipalities and nonprofits. So if you were to, let's say, if I go to organization, you can make that selection here. Now, if there is an opportunity that was posted by a city, you make that selection, it would be there available. If they didn't, then it wouldn't be.
I see. So like the community colleges or UConn would have they would be listed there?
Yeah,
If
they
they
are in fact
post.
colleges and universities, it says it. So if you check that and they have anything open on there, you'll see it.
So I just selected colleges and universities. They're all listed here. And if you're looking for a specific college, you can make that selection. If there is an opportunity that was posted by that college, it would be there. It would be available. Okay, so now I want to go to the CT Source Contract Board. And this is going to show you opportunities that have been awarded and opportunities that have expired. So this is a very good section to look at, because let's say if you don't see anything that's active, you can actually look at something that has expired or it's coming to expire, and that gives you the opportunity. If you see something that's coming to expire and you review those required documents, you review the scope of services for that opportunity, and you feel that it's something that you can in the future do, and you see that it's coming to expire, you can reach out to that agency and say, hey, I see this opportunity is it's coming to expire. Is this something that's coming out back to bid in the future? So it helps you navigate opportunities that are expiring, and it just keeps you ahead of the game.
And just 1 second. So Meg said you should also look at the college bid board. They are not required to post on CT Source. However, some do in fact use.
Oh, sorry.
guess
So you're saying
from
that
Maryland.
the colleges have a separate board that they use?
Say it one more time. You kind of
Yes.
cut out.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. Thank you.
Okay. So I am going to search media contract. Can't remember the contract number. So if you know that a contract has been awarded and you know that contract number, you can search, either research on the content of that contract, or you can search based on the contract number. Let's see. So I'm selecting active and I'm applying my filter. And this is the contract that I'm referring to. As you can see, it has a contract number and it has been awarded. It's currently active. I am going to select that. Here, if you're looking at a contract that's been awarded, you will get a lot of information on this contract. It will tell you who the administrator is for this contract. It would give you the contract pricing and the period of time of that contract. So it would tell you when it was issued and when it's expiring. Like I said, this is very important because if you think that this is something that you can do later in the future, keep an eye on that date, because if it comes back out to bid, you have that opportunity of bidding for that. Here on the left side, and this is for contracts that have been awarded, you have a list of every vendor that has been awarded on this contract. You can also see here these little two figures is letting you know that this business is certified in our program as a minority business. You have their contact information. So let's say if you have questions on this opportunity, or if you want to, connect with them and maybe do business with them, you have that opportunity to do that because their information is available here for you. And just like the bid board, you have all the attachments. These were all the required documents. This is going to also give you information of the contract, the pricing of the contract. This contract specifically is a multi-vendor contract, which is why you see all these vendors listed here. So this one contract has been awarded to all these vendors. Any questions? Okay. So this is CT Source. We went over our CT Gateway. We went over also our CT.gov site.
Someone has their hand
Venecia?
up.
Venetia, you can ask your question.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, ladies. When you say the contract was awarded to multiple vendors, is that the one contract to multiple vendors at one time or multiple vendors at separate times?
So the way this solicitation was posted was available for multiple vendors to submit for this opportunity. So the way that it was awarded was at that one time, all these vendors are listed on this opportunity. So just to fully explain myself, if I were to look at the Exhibit B price schedule, can you see the Exhibit B price schedule?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you will see that the way that when this was posted, there's a section for contract name. Each vendor that submitted a proposal for this opportunity, each one that was awarded is listed here, and each one has their price for the services that are listed for this solicitation. So it was awarded at that one time to each one of those vendors at the price that they submitted. Hope that answers your question.
A little bit, because I'm also looking through to see, because then it'll mean that it's just that it's an umbrella service. Say, for instance, the contractor is looking for media marketing. So that I'm an AI consultant. They need AI capabilities within the firm. They need a contractor. They need a plumber. Situations like that. So that's what I'm trying to fully understand, how multiple vendors could have one contract at the same time.
So every solicitation is different. I'm not the contract holder for this, but a lot of the questions that you're asking, they're great questions, but my response to that would be that when you look at an opportunity and let's say it's open for multiple vendors to be awarded to multiple vendors, My suggestion would be is always to look at those required documents because it would dictate what they're looking for, how they're looking to bid or to award the opportunity. So in this situation, if I were to look at the contract documents, it would clearly explain the whole contract and how it's being how the requirements are being met.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any further questions?
I think that is it for us. I really appreciate everyone joining us today. We ask that when you leave here, you spread the message about our certification. If you have any suggestions for us, please feel free to reach out to us to let us know. Okay, we look forward to seeing you on September 9. And please don't forget your documents.
Yes, thank you everyone, and we will see you on
Bye,
the 9th.
Yesenia.
There was one question in the comments. Let me just read it. It says, how can you edit your CT Gateway profile on CT Gateway? Are looking at a profile for subcontractors to satisfy requirements or looking for general contractors as well. I'm not exactly here. Let me I unmuted your mic. You want to just ask your question briefly before we close out? LJP Consultant Group. You can unmute your mic and then just
Hi, yeah, this is Isaac from IJP Consultant Group. I'll just rush it to type before you guys close out. On the CT Gateway website, are they mainly looking for subcontractors to satisfy the MBSB requirements, or they're looking for general contractors as well for solicitation for the contracts, for RFP contracts?
If I'm understanding your question, if you meet the requirement to bid on that solicitation as a general contractor, then you could.
Okay. No, because sometimes, you know, UConn, they had a solicitation that they was looking for subcontractors just to meet those SB, you know, requirements.
That is true for some things, but if you meet the requirement and think you can actually win that bid, you should go ahead and bid as a contractor, as a general contractor.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You can meet the bonding requirements. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And how or are you able to edit your CT Gateway profile?
What part of your profile are you trying to edit?
I have not, you know, aware of the CT Gateway profile. So that's why I'm asking. I'm not aware of the CT Gateway profile that I have. So I'm just general before I look.
Do you have an application in?
No, I actually have the MB certification.
Okay. So when you say you're trying to edit your profile, is it that you're trying to edit what it is that you do?
It is what I do, because I probably, like you said, like if you have a paragraph, you might be lost, you know, and
Got you. I
yeah.
see where you're going with that. That is something that you would have to reach out to our team. You would have to tell us what you're looking to change. We'd have to be able to approve it based on what you applied for originally and be able to justify that you in fact can cover whatever it is that you're saying that you do for us to approve that, and you can go ahead and change it.
Okay.
So you can reach out to our team and we'll address that with you.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
thank you for the question. And so just before we close out, so the link I just put into the chat now. So if in the event or when we do all of our events at SMBE, we have our event page on Luma. That's the link to our Luma page. So events and seminars like this and other things that we do, everything we do is posted there. So this way you can keep in tune with what our department is doing from seminars to financial literacy events to networking events. It's all there on Luma. So please, if this is your first time joining in, make sure you click on that link. This way you can kind of know what everything we're doing as far as our department. Also, earlier in the chat, I put myself, Katie, and Lily. Well, their names are Catherine and Adianis, but these are the staff here at the SMBE. If your business is located in Bridgeport and you haven't registered with our department yet to become an SMBE, which is different from the state certification. This is a city certification to be a city-based business certified. Please reach out to one of us so we can get you the application and we can get you certified with the city as an SMBE. And then if you have any questions about this or any other thing we're doing with the department, reach out to us and email us. And again, September 9th, for those that will be in the building, we'll see you then. For those that still have interest, we will be continuing this series, excuse me, probably quarterly with this webinar and in person. So keep your eyes open. If you are not an SBE or MBE with the state, this is the perfect opportunity to get the information you need and then follow it up with an in-person event. Make sure you bring all of your, for those that'll be here on the 9th, make sure you bring all of your laptops, tablets, whatever, bring your electronic device with you where we're gonna go through the application process. So can you give the link to CT Gateway? Yes, I'll send the follow-up email. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll send the follow-up. Oh, actually, someone just did it. Natalie beat me to it.
Yep.
Excuse me. So again, thank you guys so much for taking your time out, Nicola and Natalie, and thank you everyone for joining us. And see you. Bye, Jesse. And we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining in.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.